halacha number 6. And it says, when the Yahrtzeit observer and the 30-day mourner, so Yahrtzeit, as we said, is once a year, 30 days, 30 day. Mourner both would like to recite Kaddish. If there is room for both to recite Kaddish, the 30-day mourner has a precedence in regard to reciting additional Kaddish. I'm not sure. Let's see. There is more than 2 available Kaddish. So one very interesting. So one of them gets one. Let's say, I mean, it makes sense if it's only 2 people, right? So we say in Nusach Ashkenaz, we say Kaddish de Rabbanan, then Kaddish Yatom, then you only say after Aleinu Shabeach one, and after the Psalm of the day. So basically, there are only 4 Kaddish. It's not too much. I mean, not too many. So, but they say, let's say if there are only 2 people. So one, I mean, I'm not sure how is it. Let's say they give one to somebody else, and now they have 3 that they have to decide, right? That they have to divide. This Yahrtzeit person and the one who is in 30 days, right? So that's the situation that we discussed. So one more time, from the beginning of the sentence. When the Yahrtzeit observer and the 30-day mourner both would like to recite Kaddish, so they already got one. They want to say more. If there is a room for both to recite Kaddish, the 30-day mourner has a precedence in regard to reciting an additional Kaddish. So 30-day, I mean, that guy, the Yahrtzeit guy, he already said one. And the Yahrtzeit observer recite only one Kaddish. Commentary. The Yahrtzeit observer recite first Kaddish of the day. The first observer recite the first Kaddish of the day, Yahrtzeit. And thereafter Kaddish is recited by the mourner within the Shloshim. Okay. So, I mean, we give this Yahrtzeit guy the precedence to say the first Kaddish. Okay. However, if there are many Yahrtzeit observers, each of them is entitled to recite one Kaddish, even if the result will be that the 30-day mourner will be completely displaced. Because, as we said, they have only one opportunity. The reason for this is because he will recite Kaddish on the following day. Whereas the Yahrtzeit observer, if he will not have the opportunity to recite this one day, the time frame of his obligation will have passed. Okay. So I know some Sephardi custom. I'm not sure which one. I know Bukharians do that. I'm not sure. Maybe other souls also. So they observe the Yahrtzeit for the whole week. So they start 1 week before the actual Yahrtzeit, and they stay all of the 7 days. They say Kaddish. I'm not sure if it's who else is saying this, but I saw in Bukharian community. So I would based on this halacha, it would be different. I mean, he could have said on another day, so they would be compared with to the 30-day mourner, not to the Yahrtzeit, meaning that they could be pushed off. Here the Kitzur addresses the obvious difficulty within this tier. First, we are told that the privileges of the mourner within the Shloshim is greater, and he must yield only one Kaddish to the Yahrtzeit observer. However, just as a moment later, we are told that there is no sufficient opportunity for both the mourner within the Shloshim and the Yahrtzeit observer. The mourner within the Shloshim must forego the Kaddish. I mean, but it makes sense. The Kitzur explained very clearly. So the there is no contradiction. So what they're saying, so first we said that this 30-day Mourner has a precedence. So meaning what? If there are 3 Kaddishim available, he gets one, the Yahrtzeit person gets one, and the third goes to this 30 days Mourner, right? That's clear. And now we're saying, what is the contradiction? Contradiction is that we say if Kitzur just said if there are many Yahrtzeit people, so they entitled, right, for one Kaddish, meaning this 30-day person is being pushed off. Okay, but it's I don't see the contradiction. This implies that the privilege of the Yahrtzeit observant is greater. So in some sense, so if there are no Kaddish to a lot of people, so the privilege of Yahrtzeit observer is greater, right? Which makes sense. Kitzur resolved this difficulty as follows. Certainly the privilege of the Mourner within the Shloshim should be greater. Shloshim is 30 days. He must therefore seed only one Kaddish to the Yahrtzeit observer. So he's in 30 days, so he obligated to give only one Kaddish. Let's say there are only 2 people competing. So he's obligated to give only one Kaddish to the Yahrtzeit observer. However, according to the Mourner within the Shloshim, he deserves priority, will cause the Yahrtzeit observer to be left with no Kaddish, right? That's okay. To recite at all, the 30 days Mourner must relinquish his right. I mean, because as we said, he can say it on another day. Since the obligation of the Yahrtzeit observer can be fulfilled only on a single particular day, the anniversary of his relative's death, it is appropriate that the Mourner within the Shloshim not deny the opportunity to forego his own right for the obligation of the Yahrtzeit observer. I mean, that guy, as we said, he has only one day, only one chance to say Kaddish for whoever he said in Kaddish, right? And this person who is in 30 days of mourning, person in the 30 days of mourning, he would have tomorrow. He has other days, which makes sense.
I don't understand something. So why, if the maximum mourning time is 12 or 11 months, how I can understand a Yahrtzeit observer if he's observing every year.
Every year.
So how if the maximum time is 12 or 11 months?
No, the mourning that for example, if somebody loses a parent, right? If a person loses his father, so he's going through the 3 stages. So first is the 7th day when he sits home on the floor and mourns and stuff like that. He does not do many things, right? Then the second level is 30 days. So so after the 30 days, he can go out. He can go to the synagogue. After 7 days, he can go synagogue. And these 30 days, a lot of restrictions. And then the restriction that the whole year restriction. So he doesn't listen to the music. He doesn't go to weddings. He doesn't do many things. He doesn't go to vacation. Does not do any entertainment basically. You understand? So and he's coming to the shul. I mean, everybody should come to the shul, and he's saying Kaddish the whole 11 months. But let's say this year finishes 11 months. So once he does not say, and then on the anniversary of the passing, whatever the anniversary of the passing, so he's saying another Kaddish, and that's it. And his mourning period stops. And then the next year, 5 years, 25 years later, on the same day of the passing of his father, he would come to the shul and say the Kaddish. That's the Yahrtzeit, the anniversary of passing. It could be 50 years from that day. You understand?
So it is optional to make the Kaddish of Yahrtzeit.
Say it again. It's what?
The Yahrtzeit observer is optional to say the Kaddish.
I mean, it's optional. I mean, but it's for the memory of that person. It's helped that person a lot. So every year, I mean, on Rosh Hashanah, of course, there is the book of the dead is also open. They calculate whatever they left in this world. But there is some things also going on a Yahrtzeit of that person passed. So we're trying to give the merits of that person who passed as much merits as we can. So we learn in their memory, we give tzedakah, extra tzedakah in their merit, even though they passed many years ago, and we try to say Kaddish. So to give them merits, because there is a special judgment that is going on specifically on that day.
So we can say that it's not over when the mourning in the 12 or 11 month period has over. It's over. It's we can say it's not over. We can continue to say
it's never over. It's never over, because it's all calculated based on what the person left in this world. If he left wicked people, wicked children, so because of his ways, right? He made them wicked. He influenced them to be wicked. He did whatever he did, right? Or for example, that he killed somebody, right? And now there's a widow left with 7 children, and they struggle. So that person, just because he died, that's it. It's not the end of his punishment. So every day that this widow is going to suffer, he's going to get punished, of course. And all of these children. So his punishment is forever and ever. So the person died, but he's still being punished extra. So his Gehinom would never end. You understand? And same opposite is true. Also, if a person left righteous children, or he wrote a book, or he did whatever he did, good things, he influenced somebody to do teshuva, right? So now all of these good things that come from that person who he influenced to do teshuva comes to his account, absolutely. So he's dead and he's not dead. So they still have connection to this world, absolutely, 100%.
So I read that if someone recite Kaddish more than 11 or 12 months, it's like a bad sign, something like that.
Exactly. So after 11 months, so we said that the judgment, the court proceedings, right, in Shammai, whatever it means, court proceedings, right? So it's 11 months for regular people and 12 months for bad people. So that's why we stopped at 11 months to say, no, my father, no, Chas v'shalom, he was not that bad. So if person continues after 11 months, so he indicates that the father was not good. So, but if his father was a non-Rasha, so it is proper to continue for him. You understand? Who are we kidding? It's known that he was selling not kosher meat to the public. We know who he was, and he never did teshuva. So of course he's going to pay for it. So in this case, it's proper for some to continue after 11 months for sure.
So isn't a bad sign to be a Yahrtzeit observer?
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's actually people very like. Actually, people like when somebody Yahrtzeit observer. So usually they bring food to the synagogue. Sometimes they say drinks or stuff like that, food, and they would say, please make a blessing on the food, whatever, when you're going to eat, in the memory of my mother, on the memory of my grandfather, whatever. So usually now in the shul where they go, very interesting. They before they just announce the name. I mean, try to remember the name, right? You put it onto your tefillin, you taking off your tefillin, you wouldn't remember the name. But now they put like at a board, right? And now they write the name of the Yahrtzeit, of the deceased person. So now you eat cookie, and in memory of this, I'm making a blessing in the memory of that person. That's it. So I mean, that's the people like when somebody comes to you. They bring food. Yeah, that's good. Food is good.